Thumb, and I'm bringing to you my first laptop review, which is the Lenovo Thinkpad E430, which stands for Edge, the Thinkpad Edge. So it's a pretty hefty laptop. I mean, it's thick. It's 4.74 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. But you're actually gaining obviously screen size on the inside. The external is really a nice brushed aluminum and comes in 3 colors, which would be either midnight black, Arctic blue, or Heatwave red. So thumbs up on the names; those are nice and fun. So let's open this up here. Now, I do have to say on the inside, and actually on the aluminum, the external, it does pick up fingerprints pretty well, so that can look a little smudgy, but no big deal on that. The trackpad, the touchpad, is a little bit textured, so it's pretty easy to use and comfortable. You don't have the usual toggle buttons here, but still, it still recognizes your left and right click. And let's open this up and turn this on. Now you can hear from the sound, those are actually the Dolby Advanced Audio speakers, so it has great sound. I've actually listened to a few videos and used this for some of my favorite playlists. Great sound. So I could, as you can see in the written text, I actually would easily use this for, like my main home device, my main home PC instead of my desktop, purely due to the sound and the quality of the display. But as far as the keypad, you can actually see that it's your standard keypad, but the numbers and the keys are actually a little bit more raised and separated, so the keypad actually feels larger. So it did actually take some getting used to for me, because I'm used to either like smaller netbooks or your regular mouse pad. But once you got used to it, it was nice and comfortable. And let's zoom in here. You can actually see the function buttons have really just a couple of extra functions. It has shortcuts really for volume, your media controls, mute button, camera settings. So it's pretty easy to use, and it's nice to have the extra shortcuts. So I do like that on the Lenovo laptops. Let's pan back out here. Really, what I used the most was what they call the simple tap. And if you actually tap, let's take a look here. If you just tap twice with with 2 fingers, it brings you to its own little personalized tiles. So first you have your little tutorial on how to use the simple tap. Let's just exit out of it. But you have your almost like on any mobile device, you have your personalized tiles, so you can see what I use the most. So I really did use these functions on an everyday basis. You have shortcuts for Facebook, your social media. You can customize it and drag them, so I could move them around as necessary, or just when you're messing around with them. But if you click on it, it gives you a little summarized. A little screenshot of your application. So it's like a little shortcut. So if you want to expand on it, what if I want to go to the rest of my feed for Facebook? Just expand the window, and it brings you right to either the web page or the actual application. So this is Facebook, so you can see the maximized. But it's a nice short view. I mean, for the things that you use the most. Let's take a look. Which was the other? Oh, Groupon. Where's my Groupon? Here we go. I think I've gotten addicted to some of the Groupon deals, so I had to keep that in there. So it brings you right to the Groupon page, whatever the latest deal is. So I mean, I do like the setup of these shortcuts. Let's go back over to the first tile. Here we go. See, if you take a look at the top, there's a little menu bar just with a few icons. So you have like a Lenovo's app, really their app world, or their Play Store. If you want to go ahead and download other applications, there weren't quite as many available yet for free. I was looking for simple tap icons to add to this, and it seems like all of the quote free ones are already loaded, so there weren't any new ones to choose from. But it looks like they're expanding that. But if I want to just go ahead and do a quick refresh and get my icons back in order, just click. So it brings it right back in order. And if you want to go back to your main screen, just tap once. on your mouse. So it brings you right back to the main screen. So nice large 14-inch display. I would say this is great for like personal use also. I think they feature it for you can customize it to some business specifications. There's another model that actually can you can actually customize and choose the number pad for more business use, the side number pad. But aside from that, I think it would be great for personal use, music, video, your usual applications. So I think it's a great laptop, great for me to start off with, and compared to what I use now, which are either tiny netbooks or like some big old work laptops. So hey, it's a great laptop. I definitely recommend it. And this is the Lenovo Thinkpad Edge E430. Talk to you later. Bye.